Okay, we move on to 1 p.m. Eastern. L.A. Chargers 1-1, 1-0 on the road at the Kansas City Chiefs. 1-1, 1-0 at home Arrowhead Stadium, Kansas City, Missouri. When I looked at this number, I thought, well, obviously I want the Chargers here. But clearly, that's what the public does. They have a recency bias. They act on that bias, and the books take their money. So Princess City says, then you're nuts. Hey, look, I'm not moving anything. I'm not doing anything here right now, Princess City. I'm off. But clearly that's a mistake I've made my whole life. So now every single time I want to bet against a team that played badly the week before, I'm going to say it out loud. Because if you can say it out loud on a show like this and still make the move, then you believe in it. Chargers, let's actually go into this market before I break all of this down. Chargers open up as 7-point dogs. They're now 6.5-point dogs. This total here at Arrowhead. Sorry, let me pop this up. This total here at Arrowhead opened at 55. It's now 55.5. Chargers coming off a tough 2017 loss at home to the Cowboys. They're 8-17 now in one-score games since the start of the 2019 season. You can't blame this one on Anthony Lynn. Herbert, 31 for 41 for 338 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He's putting up these massive numbers, and the Chargers, have 37 points in 2 games? Keenan Allen caught 4 passes for 108 yards. Mike Williams caught 7 passes for 91 yards and a touchdown. Austin Eckler had 9 carries for 54 yards, caught 9 passes for 61 yards. The Chargers were flagged 12 times for 99 yards, had a pair of touchdowns taken away. They didn't get enough pressure on Dak. They sacked him twice. They hit him 4 times. Asante Samuel got an interception, and they were gashed on the ground. Gashed. Cowboys ran 31 times for 198 yards. Everyone on the Chiefs' defense, except for the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, looked abysmal. Mathieu had 2 interceptions, returned 1 to the house. As always, their passing attack looked excellent. Mahomes, 24-31, 343 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Kelsey caught 7 passes for 109 yards, 1 touchdown. Byron Pringle caught 2 passes for 63 yards, a touchdown. McCole Hardman caught 5 passes for 55 yards. Surprisingly, Tyreek Hill, nowhere to be found, caught 3 passes for 14 yards. Clyde Edwards-Helaire did not look good. 13 carries for 46 yards and 1 extremely costly fumble. With 3 minutes and 24 seconds left in the third quarter, Ravens punted to the Chiefs, and KC had a 91.6% win probability. The Chiefs' defense did not look good. Daniel Thornton, their safety, got their only sack. The Ravens rushed for 251 yards. The Chiefs allowed 481 yards on the day. And Kansas City's a very healthy squad. Their defense has no excuses. They're just bad. Let's go to the cash flow here in this spot. We have 5,649 tickets in. 74% of the tickets are on the Chiefs, and 36% of the cash is on the Chiefs. Clearly, the Chargers are the sharp play, and I should bet it. I just wanted to say all this shit out loud. 51% of the tickets are on the over, and 1% of the cash is on the over. 99% of the cash is on the under. And look, that makes sense to me too, because I've watched this Chargers team play. But before I make moves, I want to hear your breakdown and I want to read the chat. So, Bebsie, take it away, Chargers Chiefs.
I don't know if I still think this hits the over. And I know that the Chargers haven't put up a ton of points thus far. But you said yourself, two touchdowns called back. They did play a solid defense, even though we were chastising them earlier today in week 1. So I'm not certain that this team can't ball out. I really think they can explode against, as you put it, this abysmal Chiefs defense that outside of the Honey Badger and Chris Jones, they really don't have too much going for them on defense. And maybe they'll pick up as the season goes on, but right now hasn't looked great. So even at 55, this screams over to me. I'm a little wary of 1% of the cash on it. That's crazy low. But yeah, I just feel like both of these teams are built offensively to fight it out against each other right now. One prop that I am going to look at absolutely is the Tyreek Hill anytime touchdown, and probably Tyreek Hill over yards, because coming off a week like that and then going up against a rival, I think he balls out. I also like the Chargers and the points here. I just think divisional matchup, this team is not poised to take over the Chiefs because I don't think they're there yet. This Chiefs team is fantastic, but this is an up-and-coming team that wants to say, hey, to the big bully, like, we can stand with you. So I see this game being decided probably by a field goal. Again, this market is clearly against me. But I'm with you on that, Jimmy. I do like the Chargers in this one.
Must we wait? Because I don't know. I mean, clearly, people are going to notice that the public is on the Chiefs and the Sharps are on the Chargers. And a lot of talk about, look what happened when these teams met last year, 23-20. I don't see the Chargers all of a sudden being red zone specialists here. Sammy Comer says Chiefs hammer spot, and I want as many people to think that as possible. And the only reason why I just needed to talk this out was because the Chiefs looked bad last week, and I didn't want to, I just didn't want this recency bias that we all deal with these biases to rear its ugly head. Hoops 590 laughing at the Sharps on the Chargers. Look, you saw how many people laughed at me on the Colts. You saw how many people were like, watch what the Rams are going to do to the Colts, what Rams Super Bowl, all this stuff. And I'm not saying the Rams aren't going to be a Super Bowl team, but you're not the first person to laugh on my face before I win a bet. Don Ricci says, take the Chargers now. This goes to 6. I agree. I don't think the public comes in here. I don't think the public turns this into a 7. And Razor Sharp Pick says, no way Chiefs lose 2 in a row. Public will be hammering the Chiefs. I don't have to force this. I don't need to force this now. I can sit back and wait.
I don't think you're going to see it. In all honesty, I don't think you'll see a ton of movement at all. Maybe with the total, but I don't think you see a ton of movement on the spread.
Yeah. Well, Nutflush Allen said that Caden just said, tell Jimmy the Chargers are going to score a lot of points. I mean, how? They've not proven that they're capable of that. They went 14 for 19 on third down against the Redskins and put up 20 points. Tell Caden to explain that.
The Washington football team.
Sorry. Shout out to Caden, though. Respect to Caden. This team is not scoring. It's not scoring. I think this is a clear bet against the public here. This is a clear Chargers in the under. The question is, are you a good capper or are you a good bettor? Because there's so often times when I cap something right, but I bet it wrong. Do I need to make a move now? Maxwell Smart says Josh Allen over rush yards. Cash it. Burgundy Bet says cash on the Chiefs, but line's moving in their favor. No, the cash is on the Chargers. The tickets are on the Chiefs. Ski Profit says leading Chargers and under, but Chiefs have been giving up like 6-7 yards per play. When you play the Chiefs, they can't have the ball, and they can't have the ball at the end of the game. So, Nufoshan said he said dinner is on him at the Panacook house if the Chargers lose. The Panacook. Okay. All right, I'm going to do nothing, I think, at this point, but I'm going to be watching this like fucking hawk. And we've passed the crucial point of 7, so if it did move to 6. Birdie says pick your line, and if it gets there, bet it. If it doesn't pass, I do not think – okay, let me now I've been wrong with this here because I didn't think the Bucs game would get to 13. Do you think this gets to Chiefs 7-point favorites, Bebsie?
I don't think so. I honestly don't I don't think it's going to move that much unless the public comes in hammering it.
This is a perfect spot for the under, with everybody so fresh off of that Sunday nighter, seeing all those points scored. But the Chargers can't score, and the Chargers want to keep the Chiefs off the field. Okay, maybe I'm getting a little too much on this.
Jimmy, I don't think you can say the Chargers can't score after 2 games.
No, but if you went 14 for 19 on third down and put up 20 points, I would say fire your coach.
It's ugly. You're not wrong there, but there's still too much talent on that team to not be able to put up points.
No, you're right. You're right. But this isn't new. This is just a different coach. Chargers had trouble in the red zone last year, and Herbert would put up these monster games statistically, and he wouldn't. And but JT agreeing with you, he says Tyreek goes crazy, Bebs. So I'm not going to bet this tonight, but come kickoff, I'm going to be on Chargers in the under.
Have a nap, go to bed with it on your mind, think about it, wake up, pour yourself a cup of tea, decide then.